So, folding up these shirts right here, and I have a lot of thoughts about this in my head. And the thing that's popping in my head now is just about how there's a lot of things that go on with this job, being a full-time artist, even if you're a part-time artist, that nobody sees. And because people don't see them, they don't see you doing it, they think that these things don't exist. You know, people see the shows, people look at your comment section and they see people, giving you props on your art or whatever, you know, but they don't know what went into it. So like this is me folding a bunch of shirts for this pre-order. It's like, I don't know, 60, 70 shirts maybe. I just got these. I was supposed to have these probably around the beginning of the week, maybe. But sometimes these things don't work on schedule. And people have real lives, so the people who got to print them got a life too. And so we all work together to make it happen, but people don't know. The shirt just shows up and it's perfectly folded. And they just like it the way it is, right? And an artist, your peer, just sees somebody wearing your shirt. They don't have no idea that you sat there for 2 or 3 hours folding up all them shirts. Then after you folded all the shirts, you had to put them in plastic bags. Then after you put them in plastic bags, you had to put a marker to them to write the sizes on the outside of the bag so that when you put them in a tub all together and you take them on tour, you can just glance at a shirt and know what size it is without having to look inside the collar because, it'd be dark in venues. These are things you realize after years of doing this. But what makes me think about this is how most people don't really get what they want because they fail to accept that there's a ugly part of every job. There's an unfun part of every job. Even the job that you create. See, people, when artists say job, they tend to not think of their art as a job. They're like, oh, that's my job. That's my art, and my job is my job. They think that the only job is the job when you work for somebody else. Nah, this is a job. This is a job. This ain't a job just because it pays me. It's a job because there's work that has to be done. And if don't nobody else do it, it don't get done. So that is what I like people to think about. I don't mind this. I don't mind this at all. There's certain parts of every job that are not fun. I accepted that early on. My time working in, corporate America and things of that nature taught me that. Even working as a truck driver taught me that, hey, driving is the easy part of the job. Knowing how to drive a truck and being a professional truck driver is two different things. In the same way, knowing how to make art and being a full-time artist is two different things. One is the skill. One is the professional part of it, the job. So me doing this is the job. My advice to everybody who may be pursuing something, whether it's this or something else, is acknowledge that even the best jobs have parts of it that you don't like and that you are going to have to do regardless. Because if you can never accept that, you're never going to be successful at it, right? Whenever it comes time to do that dirty work, you're going to stall out because you think it's supposed to be sweet. You think everything's supposed to be flowers. You don't know that it's some rain sometimes. You don't know to get that thing, you got to go through something. So this is, to me, part of what I want to show people. Why we do the podcast. Why I write the books. Why I help artists. Because I've been doing this for over 20 years. You learn a lot in 20 years. You know, I resigned from my job in 2002. It was 2025. 2025. I had about an 18-month period where I was driving a truck in there after COVID. But outside of that, you know, driving a truck, having my own trucking company, this has been the only thing I've done for 25 years, almost 23 years. And I can tell you what you see me doing with this shirt, with these shirts right now, this is part of it, man. This makes the highs higher, right? No better feeling than when you do this, when you care enough to sit there and do all that extra work that people might not even notice. There's no more rewarding of a feeling than that when it all works out. When my fans get it and I see one of them in the shirts that, you know, my guy Philly Phil printed and that I folded and bagged up and sold to them personally, man, ain't no feeling like that. You know, obviously we wanted to make it, you know, financially viable. That matters as well. But it's the parts like this that matter. So get used to doing stuff like this. This is just one little thing. This is just me sitting here folding shirts. This is just one size too. This is the extra larges that I'm folding right now. I already did the smalls, mediums, and the largest. Now I'm doing these XLs. And I'm going to fold these, and then I'm going to bag them, and then I'm going to assemble the orders that already have them in here. So a lot of these, I'm going to say a lot of these, I say maybe over half of these shirts that I'm folding are already sold via the pre-order of the album. So people who are getting these shirts, they actually help pay for the shirts, which is beautiful, you know. So we're going to get these out. We're going to do whatever is necessary to get them in the hands of the fans. We're not going to complain about it. You know, the whole week I'm doing these pre-orders, I'm barely getting any sleep. I probably sleep from about 2 o'clock to about 8 o'clock every day. Get up at 8, get back to it, but that's what it is. All right, shirts are done. I mean, they're folded at least. These are just the XLs. These are the vessel shirts. You know, came out pretty well, extra larges. I'm going to take these shirts right here. I'll put these in these bags right here. Then I'm going to put them on the shelf with these other Johns, ordered by size, and then we cooking. We got more sizes down here, empty shelves down there. And then we cooking. Let me know if y'all enjoyed that. I want to try to take some time to start showing more of what goes on behind the scenes in terms of being a full-time artist, because that's something that I haven't really shared. So hit me in the comments and let me know if you want to see me make more content like this for the channel, and I'll see what I can do. Until then, hit up the website superdutytoughwork.net. If you're an artist and you need some help on your journey, we've got stuff there that can assist you along the path. And see you on the next video. Peace.